Alright, what's good, y'all? Welcome back to the channel. It's your boy JP. I'm back with another video. We're gonna be reacting to American basketball players talking about European basketball atmosphere. We're gonna jump right in there. I appreciate everybody that been showing love with these videos. Continue sending me videos in the comments to react to, and I got y'all. I'm gonna get them done for y'all. Trust me. But we're gonna jump right in there. Make sure you like, comment, subscribe to your post notifications so you know anytime I post a video. And yeah, let's do it up. Let's check it out. Cause from every video I've been seeing, the energy been different in Europe basketball. The fans is definitely invested and turned up, and they go hard for the football team and definitely for the basketball team. So we're gonna see, you know, how the American players, you know, feel about going out there and hoop. But let's get it. One.
Hate it or not, this is real shit. There's no atmosphere like EuroLeague.
That's crazy. Tel Aviv, Maccabi.
And I'm talking about, bro, I done been in finals, I done been in big game sevens, I done been in whatever you want to call it, bro. I've never played in anything other than when you play at the hood for the pro-am. That's another story. But I've never been in an environment like EuroLeague, bro.
Being in Europe, playing in front of those crowds, I've seen videos of those crowds being tough. Is that what gives you the experience to play in front of, you know, NBA type crowds and be able to withstand trash talk? You know what I'm talking about?
Oh yeah, I mean, there's some really tough crowds in Europe. I think especially Greece, Serbia, Turkey. I think those are the three like really tough crowds to play in. It's hard to listen to your teammate right next to you because they cheer so loud.
So I walk in the gym in Belgrade, and I'm talking about 2 hours before the game, 2.5 hours before the game, it's full. Like not a seat nowhere. Everything black and white. They singing, you can't hear. And I'm like, man, I'm trying to get some shots up, but like it's just dumb loud in here. Like I had my headphones on, I couldn't even hear the music in my headphones. I was like, I'm just taking these off. So I get the warm up in, we go out there, we play, and I mean just the introduction. The game hadn't even started yet. The introduction was so live. Like it was something that I had never seen before. And it's just like, and I've been to Maryland, you know, in America, man, you have some of the greatest fans ever, but it don't come close to what you see over here. Don't come close. I mean, you would be uncomfortable in a crowd over there. Yeah. Like you guys have been over there, but like for people that haven't been over there, you would be uncomfortable. You would be like, I don't feel safe.
Right. And I'm not gonna lie, based on what he's saying, it is facts though. Like based on like what I've seen, the NBA crowds and just the basketball crowds in general don't compare. Like the atmosphere is different. I was watching the video and I could listen. It was so loud. I'm like in the headphones. I could just imagine the people there. The commentators were saying the floor was shaking. So I know like going into them environments, like the closest thing that you could compare to it, like the other dude was saying, is, you know, when you grow up in the hood over here, there's certain tournaments, some summer tournaments that go on where like all the college dudes or all the overseas dudes, some NBA dudes come back and everybody hoops and the crowd be insane, you know, people on the gates. Like obviously it's not gonna compare to like being in a stadium or an arena where, you know, all that noise is going on. But like if y'all look at like Dykeman basketball or Rucker, you know, tournaments like that, that's kind of like a close feel to that. You know, people on the gate, people on the court, like it gets crazy for sure.
You'll start looking for the exit, and then you probably still wouldn't be able to get there. You know, it's like that. Like these games get really intense.
I was in a situation where I'm walking into the gym, and it's a rivalry game, and
rivalry.
One of the fans from the other team spit right on my face, though.
Oh.
Now, the man that I am says automatic, we got to handle this, period. Right? That's just the man that I am.
Yeah.
In the situation and me having some kind of awareness of how this works, I went just like this.
You gotta be smart.
Bro, I went just like this. I wiped it off with my shoulder and kept it pushing. I wiped it off of my shoulder and kept it pushing like it didn't happen.
Like it ain't nothing. It was
like, yeah.
Those kind of situations, you gotta be smart. But this comes to being socially aware. You know, common sense ain't that common. Who really got it in their mind that they gonna go up there and then they gonna get the person that spit on them.
Nah, you don't have to handle everybody in that section.
You gonna go there, you gonna get beat down.
if you live, you won.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Because you might get stuck.
Yeah.
You gonna get stuck.
Yeah.
You gonna get stuck to how it was with Indiana and Detroit when they had the Mouse in the Palace. You know, and they went up in there, and not to highlight anything negative about those guys, but they went up in the stands. You know, they handled their business. I can tell you like this: if they did that in Europe,
no, it wouldn't went down like that.
Whole situation. Because I mean, you don't just got 10, 15 fans that you're trying to get at.
No,
you got a whole gym.
Yeah.
You got to understand it's the whole gym. It's not just one section.
Indiana was on the road. Big spot on the road.
And that's what he did the best thing he could do. You know, a lot of people, you know, being that they come from other countries, man, you in a whole different world. Like, this is not, you know, that's not America. Like, you can't go in there with your toughness and this, that, and the third, thinking is everything is gonna be sweet, because it's not gonna, you know, end up how you think it's gonna be. Like, the fan base is super turned up. You know, they go hard for their team, especially if you're not even. You the opposite team, yeah, they gonna do you bad, man. So the best thing he did was put his pride to the side and let it go, because he could have came out of there dead or something.
It's not enough police. It's not enough security. It's not enough. If it really breaks down in there, if it really goes down, I done had situations, you know, playing in Panathinaikos, the Olympiacos Panathinaikos rivalry, man. I done had situations where I done had to haul ass off the court.
Yeah.
Haul ass off the court, get to the locker room. If somebody get in your way, man, run over them. It's not no stop. I'm not stopping till you get in the locker room. Like a gym of 17,000 people, you talking about you taking on one of them? Nah, you taking on 17,000. You're going to catch 17,000 boots to the face. You just got to be smart in situations.
Your admiration for the Maccabi fans and, you know, the type of atmosphere that, you know, that it is for people that have never been, you know, to a game there. You know, what it's like.
I mean, it's tough to describe without being there. Like, I try to describe it to people, like my friends back home. Like, they've been to games, but never a EuroLeague game like that. And it's tough to describe without being part of it, because it's not something. At least me and my friends, you know, playing Division III, we don't have this. Like, something can't compare it. It's not just noise. Like, they're watching. They're on every call. They're on every sub. They're watching the bench. They're watching during timeouts. You know, they're in the game with you. Before start until after finish, you know.
And I think this year when we played there was by far the loudest.
That game was crazy.
It was crazy, bro. It was like I couldn't even hear. Like, that was by far the loudest. Probably one of the loudest arenas I've been in my career, and the loudest by far that I've seen it there.
Thing there on purpose because I wanted to let you finish, but like, man, like Greece is the craziest.
That's the second time somebody mentioned Greece
about this, and actually my ball on a broad story was a Greece story. It was like we were playing PAOK in the 3rd and 4th place game, which is like some people call it like the real championship of Greece, because every year it's either like, you know, it's going to be Olympiacos or Panathinaikos, so it's like that 3rd, 4th place is like the 3rd place is like that's the championship for all the other teams. So we were in that, and we were playing PAOK in our city, and they didn't let any of the fans in, the opposing fans in those arenas. But we went to PAOK, and it was like game 3 or 4 or whatever it was, and man, they threw one of those flares into our huddle, but it was one of those flares that explodes at the end, right? Like the firecracker ones, and it was like an M80, and that thing exploded in our huddle. They like shut down the game. We ran out through the tunnel, and it was just like, it was the wildest thing ever. And like, it was like the same game. I think like they were spitting on us, throwing those like you know, you see those streamers, and people think, I used to think it was like toilet paper, right? Like, oh, it's just toilet. It's like receipt paper or something, right? Like with that hard spool in the middle. And like sometimes what they do is they don't take the tape off it, so it streams. It's like a rock. And I got hit in the nuts in the warm-up line, like, you know, like it was like, and they were like,
I'm not gonna lie, like stuff like that in the NBA, listen, you can't even do none of that. You're gonna get banned forever. I feel like that's why. I mean, I don't know what the laws are over there when it comes to stuff like that, but that's kind of what I'll say is the difference. Here, you know, it'd be like NBA players will be whining sometimes when somebody in the crowd will curse at them or say something disrespectful. So I could just imagine people spitting at you, throwing stuff at you. I don't even think the NBA would let that even rock like that for sure.
Don't go down. Don't go down. Yeah, man. That it's like it honestly wasn't even fun because it was like this is like just dangerous.
It was like we played one game there and they were having a TV strike. So we played and all of a sudden a bunch of guys in masks just came and knocked down all the cameras in the arena. And I'm just looking like, and everybody's just like nothing happens. Like they literally jumped down, took all the cameras, smashed them on the ground and left. And everybody just like, it was like normal. I'm like, this is insane. Like, did anybody see what I just see? Like experiences like that. I mean, like I think anybody that has played in Greece, like I said before, like they have a story. They have like, a wild story about something that happened.
Candace, you play overseas where the atmosphere, we've heard stories, but what's the wildest you've seen it over there?
Okay,
Candace.
so Turkey. If you talk about rivalries, if you're Gala or you're Fener, it's like real.
Now, what's a Gala and a Fener?
So Gala Tessaray and Fenerbahce are two clubs that are rivals
Those are
in
Boston
Turkey.
and
They're in Istanbul.
Lakers.
Probably worse because they're allowed to
wow.
throw. So they light
they
coins
yeah.
on fire and they throw it on the floor, and it'll burn holes like in the ground. So much so that when it's a regular season game, the other team's fans aren't allowed to go. So if it's a Fenerbahce home game, Gala fans
Look at Gary Payton's face. He like, what? I ain't never heard that like that ever in my life. That's crazy for the opponent. So you basically there to fend for yourself. It's just you and your team and your coaches. You ain't got no fans. You ain't got nothing. That's crazy.
The other team's fans aren't allowed to go. So if it's a Fenerbahce home game, Gala fans aren't allowed to go. The only time they're allowed to be in the same arena is when it's like EuroLeague.
Wow.
Yeah, they have
why,
spit.
Why would you want to go?
They have spit.
What are they paying you? Man, you got to be getting some
spit
tickets
shields,
for that.
like spit shields over your bench. Because
Yeah,
spit.
that's what those are.
They have, I'm telling, like it is nothing like
They had a
that.
chicken wire. Yeah, I went out and played one time, and you remember David Shinches?
Yeah, I know.
Big Dave Shinches?
Yeah.
So we went over to Bormio, Italy like that, and they had chicken wires where they could throw bottles and stuff in the beer and come over so they wouldn't hit you. And then we had glass and stuff behind our bench because they used to spit on you.
No, it's for real.
Yeah,
like, it's not
I
a game.
remember that. I remember that.
Don't go, like if you're a Fener, like I played for Fenerbahce. Don't go if you're Fener across to like Gala McDonald's. Don't go.
That's a problem?
It's like a problem. Yes, like you just don't go to that side of town. Like it's real life. So I didn't play in the Gala Fener.
Yeah, I was just gonna say the same thing. It really sounded like gang. Somebody in my comments, shout out to whoever you are. I think he's from, man, I'm not sure, but I think he said something like, yo, if you like a Paris team and you go to a certain area with a jersey, it could be bad for you. You could, they could hurt you real bad. And I'm like, yo, over a jersey, like they take it that serious, and it's like, yeah, like they not here to play, man. They take y'all take that stuff serious. I respect it because, why not? Why not go hard for the team that you support?
Fener EuroLeague when they were throwing stuff and whatever, but they were throwing fire on the floor. They had to stop the game. It was crazy. They had armed guards.
That's real,
it's crazy. Yeah, no, it's real
the
life.
stuff that we see at soccer games.
Oh no, that's real life.
That's real.
That's real life.
Now that's real.
Like rivals are like.
That's real.
Your family is Gala.
Yeah,
your grandfather,
real.
your great grandfather is Gala or Fener, whatever.
Tradition.
It's real.
Sports are so much different overseas. There's so much tradition.
It's
so
all
much
that cheering.
Ooh.
But I think here, in the NBA, it's, the tickets and everything, it's expensive to go to games sometimes. So overseas, it's a family affair. It's cheap.
Oh, wow.
They go.
They chant.
They have cheers. They have a cheering section. It's like soccer games.
During my first year in Europe, I had a 3-month stint in Croatia. And we was playing a team that we needed to win that game. It was important a game for us. Anyway, we end up losing the game. And I hear my head coach from the bench just yell out, "Fight!" I'm looking around. This nigga, fight! And I just see all my team, all the Croatian players just go start hitting other teams. Boom, boom, boom. I mean, they roughing. me and my other American teammate, because at that time we gonna have 2 foreigners.
Yeah.
So
the limit.
We looking like, yo, what the fuck is going on in here? What's happening? Like, I mean, it's an all-out brawl between the teams. Us and the other Americans, we was just looking like in shock.
Right.
What is going on? These niggas really fighting.
Right, yeah. And it ain't it's not like America where they can just stop it. They gonna let you brawl for a little bit. Yeah. Let you brawl.
Some blood.
Yeah, it's life or death out there. I was just like, yo, this shit out here is crazy.
Yeah.
But it make you appreciate Europe, man. I ain't gonna lie to you, man. Like, I really enjoy this.
Hey, I don't know what it is, bro. It's like when a bull see red. When I see green, it's like, it's just ingrained to me now. So I'll talk about it from your side, bro.
I mean, for me, like, okay, I mean, I came up playing rivalries, you know, with the Duke, Maryland whole thing, or, you know, being in San Antonio with Dallas and Houston. You know, you got those matchups where you have, like, rivalries, and being in Benner playing against Galatasaray, that rivalry was crazy.
Yeah.
Partizan and Red Star got a crazy rivalry. At the time I was a Partizan, Red Star wasn't as good, so the rivalry was so strong. But coming into Panathinaikos and Olympiacos, you know, I always heard about it, but I never knew about it. You don't understand it until you actually get it. Like, it just feels you in a Lions den, you know. Like, in both ends, when you're the home team and when you're the away team, like, it's hot in that gym, you know, between the fans. Like he was saying earlier on the way to the game, like, they shut down roads. You got police officers, you know, riot police, standing on the side of the roads, like every 100 feet. Yeah. Just boom, 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 boom. Just so, like, fans can't try no dumb mess on the buses. You got the security buses riding on both sides, so can't nobody get on those. You know, it's crazy. It's that serious. The whole city shut down when these games come up.
Like the president coming through.
If Olympiacos sign 2 players, and they go in the media and start saying, like, oh, we signed 2 players, what Panathinaikos do?
Sign 2 players.
They do that. It's a competition. Who could one up the next? So, like, it's between the ownerships of the team. You know, it's bigger. It's bigger than basketball. It's not just, you know, it's bigger than sports. It's like it's something between the 2 teams. There's families, I guess, go. Yeah. But like it trickles down to the fans. You know, if you drive down that main street, Avenue, you can drive from one side to the other, and on one side you see spray paint green. And once you get to a certain midpoint, you know, in Athens, once you hit that Kolonaki area, you get past Kolonaki, you start heading down, all that spray paint start turning red. Or if you do see any green spray paint, it's X'd out.
It's X'd out with red.
So it's like Crips and Bloods, low key. Like, it's like, that fans really be beefing. Like, people would die over this stuff.
Yeah.
Like, I remember being in clubs sometimes, and I remember getting rolled up on by some Olympiacos fans. This was one of the dopest moments that I remember. I got rolled up on some Olympiacos fans in the club one night. They was like, yeah, we got you one-on-one. Basically, it was like 5 of them, 4 or 5 of them. I'm like in the club, like, damn, I'm by myself. Like, I ain't with nobody that I know from the team. Like, but if it's one of those moments, fuck it, it's one of those moments. I'm gonna have to get with it. Like, I'm gonna catch 2 of y'all for sure. You know, that moment where I'm like, all right, by the size of the floor, they stand in front of me, like 3 Panathinaikos fans come up on the side of me. And they start speaking Greek stuff. Oh my God, this one like that. I'm sitting here looking like, yeah. What's up, bro? That's all that's up. Plus the fans, they kind of disperse. They like, all right, so ain't nothing gonna happen right here. So I'm like, all right, so yeah, I know I'm good now. So we're chilling. It was like that. But you know, it's really like that. They beef out here over this. The whole city stopped. When Olympiacos and Panathinaikos play, everything stopped. Yeah. If you lose that game, it's like losing. You lost a family member or something. You know, it's like a funeral.
Yeah, you can't go outside the next day. It's like people looking at you like.
Man, we lost y'all one time, man. We got cussed out so bad. The president was like, man, I got people calling me talking about I missed my daughter's birthday to watch this game. Birthday to watch this game? Like, you tripping. You might have had to catch the stat line on the phone, bro. They take it serious, bro. These fans out here, it's like they love basketball more than we do. They just can't play it.
Yeah, super powerful.
They want us to play it for them. And that's where it comes from.
Yeah, that's facts. That's facts. No.
I mean, that kind of do make sense though, cause the talent difference is a big difference in talent. You know what I'm saying? Like out here, the players are more athletic, you know, more shifty, this, that, but they play real basketball over there. You know, there's gonna be a lot of touches, screens. They play real basketball out there, and that's the thing. What I want to know is, you know what I mean, from just the look of it, to be honest, a lot of these players look like if they still playing, they definitely enjoyed and had a great time and appreciate and accept it for what it is in terms of like the rivalries and, you know, how it is. And I mean, it seems like a dope experience. I know of a lot of, you know, people that I know, like growing up, you know, playing basketball and stuff, that played overseas and kind of had like the same experiences. And there's people that never even came back. They moved out there, you know, created a whole different life, a family, and everything out there. But it's definitely wild, man. And I could just respect it because, you know, y'all go hard for y'all teams out there, and, you know, y'all go all out. What I do want to know is, I mean, what's the limit in terms of like American players or any other players that's not from the country or from the city or however it works that could play on the team, and like the contracts? What's the maximum contracts that they out there giving? Who's like the highest paid in the basketball scene? But it's the end, y'all. Make sure you like, comment, subscribe, turn your post notifications so you know anytime I post a video. Request any videos you like for me to react to, and I got you. I'm gonna get them done. But yeah, to the next one, I'm off this. Ooh!